my name is Meisterhans. I'm a professor in political philosophy with a special focus on global governance, civil society and social movements. And today I'm very happy to introduce myself, but not only myself, but also our new study program, which is called Politics and has 3 specializations. As you can imagine, of course, this study program is connected to political science, but at the same time also to political philosophy. And what is so special about this program is that we try to combine theoretical perspectives and practical perspectives. So that means we want to question power structures in this program. We want to understand what role do institutions play. But obviously, politics is more than just thinking about governments. It is also a discussion on concepts. Imagine democracy. Nowadays, many people question themselves, well, what is democracy about? Is it maybe more than just going to an election? So this is like the basic of this study program, that we have on the one hand an understanding of concepts, but then at the same time also to know what are the pressing political problems nowadays. You might think about Fridays for Future. Obviously, there are young people saying we have to make a change. But what does it mean to reflect this in a political scientific perspective? And at the same time, what would it mean to take responsibility when studying politics? So later on, you might want to become a journalist or you want to work in a non-governmental organization. And this program will enable you to do so because you learn to critically question the status quo. Why are things as they are? And what does it mean to make a change? Nowadays, we are confronted with great processes of transformation. And here at the Karls, we aim to contribute to that transformation process. Not only as professors, but as a team we build with our students. I'm fascinated about this kind of spirit, that we see ourselves to take responsibility and that it is possible to make a change if you believe in something like concrete utopias. Yeah, so this is not just to have some fantasies about how a life in heaven would be. No, this is of course what it's not about, but to understand what are our contemporary problems. And if we do understand that things have to be changed, then of course we also have to imagine how could a world look different. And of course, studying politics will not make you become a president, well, maybe not immediately, but you will understand why certain things in society and in politics happen, and you will also develop skills and tools how to make a difference. The one specialization is on activism and political change. You might ask yourself, okay, if I'm interested in climate politics, what does it need to create a non-governmental organization, to organize a protest? So this is what we try to make you learn in that program by offering seminars in which you discuss with your fellow students, but also with us, what it means to make a change, to improve a political situation. At the same time, we have a second study program, and this is called Sustainable Development. Here, again, questions come up, well, what would it mean to have sustainable politics and to move beyond something you might call greenwashing or pinkwashing? I mean, nowadays, all companies will say on their homepage, yes, of course we are sustainable. But is it really that they're sustainable? Or is it just a nice commercial spot or a nice advertisement to say that they are sustainable? So again, we are not only in a philosophical reflection, but it's also a very practical question. With what actors, with what institutions can we think about doing sustainable politics? And last but not least, we also have a specialization called political communication, and that is to take into account that, of course, politics has a lot to do with how it is communicated. Just imagine nowadays crisis. How are crises framed? Who communicates the problem? But also, whose voices will be heard when it comes to find a solution to that problem? And here we are into the wide field of political communication. So to wrap up, we have this program called Politics. It will help you to understand the nature of political problems, but at the same time will enable you to think about what does it mean to make a change in a context of political communication, but also in the context of climate politics. And last but not least, you might already be active or you want to become an activist, and therefore we also offer activism and political change, where you might also think about, well, how to do a campaign, how to get NGOs work together. And I can promise you, here as students, you will also be part of knowledge creators. It's not that we as professors have already the answers, much more we are interested in your expertise and your backgrounds, especially as we are an international university, and already the fact that we come from so different spots of this world might already qualify us to think about the big questions in politics. Not only if you want to become a professor in political science or political philosophy, but also if you are interested in working in a non-governmental organization. You might be interested in working in the unions. You might be interested even working as a research assistant with a politician or someone who takes a political lead. But you might also be interested to get engaged in civil society and to create your own civil society organization. And even if it is thought to be some kind of sustainable startup, these are all things that you can do with this program. And what is most important for us is that we really try to make you become aware of the pressing problems of our times and not to feel overwhelmed, especially in times where we are living in the process of great transformation. A lot of people in society lose orientation and sometimes are even concerned about their future. And here in this study program, you will get an orientation, but also a vision, a spirit that you will bring out into the world. And therefore, it can be also very healing to know that politics is not just something bad, but also an opportunity for us to act as citizens. Another field that could be of interest also is to work in the civil society context, in the context of civic enlightenment. For example, you want to work in a feminist or gender-based organization. And here we see politics is a wide field. There is not just one job opportunity. There's also a lot of space for self-creation. If you want to take societal responsibility and to get these skills, how to translate your knowledge into concrete practices that can contribute to transformation.